Let's do it. Good afternoon. Welcome to the December 3rd Clark County Fire District 6 Board of Commissioners meeting. I'd like to call this afternoon's meeting to order and ask that you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. At this time, I'd ask for any additions to this afternoon's agenda. None here. We'll need to read, approve, post as necessary the minutes of our November 19th regular meeting.
So move. Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Correspondence this afternoon. I didn't see anything uploaded to the packet. Citizen communication. Citizens viewing this afternoon's meeting can communicate directly with the board using the chat feature that will be monitored throughout this afternoon's meeting. Committee reports. I see EMS District 2 report. Chief Hebert.
Yeah, there's hasn't been any meetings since last time we met, but there is a meeting this Thursday with the working group at 1 o'clock to discuss possibly consultant information.
Okay. So I'll update, more to come next meeting. Moving on to the consent agenda.
Right for approval. Right, second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor? Aye.
All right.
Thank you. Chief's report. Chief Hebert, if you'd like to walk through those two items there.
Yeah, on personnel action, the chief just had in there, she just wanted to make the board aware that we have a couple of captains that are on light duty that are returning to duty as soon as their injuries are clear. And then we have 4 captains that are also off on different types of injuries and stuff. So we're a little short captains right now, but the organization's doing well. And we also have 5 firefighters off due to different types of leave and stuff as well. So holding in there. So you might see a little bit of a dip up in the overtime usage due to everybody being off, but organization's doing well.
Thank you. Facilities update report.
And then the other only facilities is Chief Newberry had a possible date. The crews are back to working in there, going strong. And what was the date you anticipated?
I think the last time I reported to you guys was March 16th.
March 16th might be a return date.
April Fool's Day.
Hopefully before, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wait, real quick. The trees on the south side, have we got permission to take those down?
Yeah, we're on the schedule for the tree guy in January.
So the doc is okay with it? The dentist?
There was one tree on the dentist. There's several trees that are on the property line that we are doing. There's one inside the dentist property that we are not doing.
Okay.
Yes, they're okay with it. We're scheduling to try to avoid any, they don't have patients on Monday, so we're scheduling for starting.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
See any old business listed? Moving on to new business, fleet manager presentation.
So just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the refurbs, give you guys some information. Refurb process for the apparatus and what that would consist of. But what you have in front of you there is what's up here, with the notes. So basically there's lots of pros and cons to the process. Lower cost, extended service life. It kind of speaks for itself. You guys can read through it. I'm gonna just go through it quickly. The only one, if you go to cons that I missed here, would be, we talked about the getting parts. So if you did an older one, you might not be able to get the parts as they're older, which is definitely a con. The company that I think if we did it, we should use is the Fire Trucks Unlimited out of Las Vegas. Seems like that's what 99% of everybody that's doing it has done. I've talked to them. These are kind of their base packages with the colors up there, and it kind of just for your reference kind of shows you what you get with each package. This is a rough breakdown of the packages. The first one is, mechanical overhaul, engine, transmission, rear end for roughly $250, silver. They add in paint, decals, a little more body work, a little more cosmetics. And then the gold between 400 and 500 is pretty much everything. That doesn't you can add a lot of stuff to that, like wiring and whatever you want to make it go up, but that's kind of just their base. Like if you was just to say, we want the gold package, you could go back to this, and that is what's in the gold package, and you can add on after that. Their warranty process, 1 year bumper to bumper warranty. If it's major enough, they will send somebody up here from Vegas to take care of it. If not, they would do it through myself, and we would just bill them for whatever the warranty was. And then on top of their warranty, like, they don't rebuild the engine and the transmission, they get ones that are rebuilt, so you would get the manufacturer's warranty off of those items, so like 5 years on the engine. But then that would go through the dealer, not the refurb place. The timelines, it's roughly, they say 5 to 6 months. He said realistically, you're looking at a year. The earliest they could get one in, is October of this year. And he said that would be with starting the process right away. The process kind of, we send them pictures of what we want to do. They send someone up, meet with them, and then they start ordering parts and getting all the pieces, you know, start looking at what they need. Then you have the apparatus to them 1 month before they start the work, so they can order parts. And so if we decided to do it and right away, best case scenario is you can have it there 1 month before October, which puts it, you know, March of 2026 at the earliest to have it back. This is probably one of the main things I've found in talking to them is you can do anything. Like you can change bodies, you can change your tanks, you can change, they will take, I've seen pictures where they took the bodies clear off, shorten the frames, put new bodies on, do booster tanks, different, everything. So whatever you decide, whatever the department decides for your needs, they can fit it. It's just whatever you have for budget. In talking with all the people that I talked to that have done this was one of the biggest decisions, is trying to decide if you do an older truck or you do a newer truck. By far, everybody I've talked to said to do a newer one. Easier to get parts, safety equipment, and it's just, everybody that has, I talked to lots of people that did the 06s, which is like the bottom picture there, and they all said they wish they would have done a new one. So these are the departments I talked to, and in your notes, you can look at it later, but in your notes, it actually says what they told me. Not real positive feedback. I mean, some of them, they're okay, happy with them. The main thing they all told me was don't skimp. Everybody up there except for Central Pierce, which they haven't even got any back yet. Everybody up there tried to save money and not have stuff done, and it has bit them all on the rear end. When they got them home, they broke down, and every one of them said they wish they would have paid more and had more done. Pierce does have some new floor pumpers. It's kind of a new program they're coming out with. There's not a lot of information out on it yet, so that's always, you know, always another option. And I'm looking more into the Pierce thing, but you know, I think with the way our current fleet is, you know, with not getting pumpers to 2028, we have to do something before then. The 2 velocities we have now, they're getting up there in miles. They're starting to have some major repairs that need done, and we need to do something. So, you know, I think as we go forward, looking into, you know, the floor models, looking into the refurbs, this was kind of just a rough timeline of what I was thinking, you know, if we decide to do a refurb. And then, so with the refurbs, I'm not sold on them. I think from what I've seen and talked to people, I mean, I think they would work. I think you're still gonna have issues with them. So I definitely think we need to look into other avenues, excuse me, as well, along with the refurbs. It's a good option, but you know, you're gonna be up at 500,000-600,000. And you're still gonna have basically, you're gonna have a used truck still. And most of those people that I talked to, basically, I heard lipstick on a pig a lot, so. So that's pretty much what I had on the refurbs, and then this is just kind of an update on just what we got going right now. We got 2 pumpers ordered, be here 2028, tiller truck. We're supposed to go back in February, do the bid build, so hoping to have it here by, you know, mid next year. I talked to them on the squad. The box will be mounted on December 15th here in just next week. And they will start, you know, doing all the stuff. So it's looking good to be here just after the first of the year a little bit. And then both of the F-150s are done and in service. So, so that's kind of it, you know. Got a lot of information on the stuff. It's just, you know, how much you want to know or not, so.
Yeah, would you be able to come back to us on the, with the floor model, or as you discover more information?
Absolutely.
To present further on what that even looks like?
Yeah.
Sounds like it's a relatively new program.
It's relatively new. What I have found so far is, some of the ones they've had, they go quick. So, and you can make changes on some of them, but we haven't met with the salesman to see, you know, I know he said you could change color and that sort of stuff, but yes, no, as we get, there will be more information coming on that soon. So yes, we can definitely get more information on that. And then get with, you know, Chief Russell and Ox and make sure whatever the layout, the configuration of the rig is, that it works for what we're doing.
I don't want to get anything thrown at me, but different manufacturer, is there other manufacturers out there that might be a little more reasonable? I know that we have all the parts and stuff for Pearson, I understand that, but there's other departments going to different models with, you know, except Pierce.
Yeah.
Are they all about the same price? Some not quite so much, not as much wait time, just curious.
They're, some of them are a little cheaper, but there's a reason for that. I mean, that's my opinion. I mean, Pierce is definitely top of the line. I deal in my mechanics group and I talk to all those guys, you know, Spartan, KME. I mean, I've heard some good things about them. I don't personally I have experience with the Spartans, but not KME. But the reason people are going that way is time and getting the apparatus. It really has nothing to do with, from what I've seen, price or anything like that. It's just, that's what they can get right now. So, I mean, it would be an option. I mean, but I don't know. I personally feel like in dealing with the Spartans, they are less apparatus.
Does Pierce take any on trade in and refurbish them at their factory?
Not that I am aware of, but in this new program, something may be in there. Pierce does not do a lot of the refurbs. They have done some of them. But most of the, it's just, this company here is doing most of them. So,
How many more do we need to buy? And I guess in what time frame?
well, my opinion is we have 2 pumpers, right? Well, we got the 2 new ones, which are 2 years old. They have about 20,000 miles on them already. Our velocities really need to come out of service right now to be reserves. If we're gonna use them for reserves for the next 10 to 15 years, they need to come out of service now. So we really need 2 more fairly immediately to take care of those, whether we refurb them. I think if they were to come out of service, you know, here in the next year, we would not need to refurbish them. I think they would still be dandy reserves. But I think going forward, we definitely need 2, and you know, we got the 151 thing coming up that we're gonna have a pumper for. So, you know, however, all that falls into line. The three reserves we have now, they're in 2026, which is 2 years, they're gonna be 20 years old. So, you know, and you know, we're having problems with those now, like just today, the plumbing rotten, you know, rusting through. So one went out of service today just for the plumbing rusting through, so, you know, they're all showing their wear. So,
So it sounds like we'll have to have some form of action between now and when the scheduled 2028
Yes.
pumpers arrive. So we'll have to have something to bridge the gap, is
Yes.
what I'm understanding. Okay,
Just be able to pay for it.
yeah, right, on top of what's due at 2028. Okay.
I would suspect you're gonna see a plan come forward in the very, very near future regarding this.
All right. Perfect. Thank you very much, Brad. That was very,
Thank you, Brad.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You can stay for the rest of the meeting if you want.
What's that?
You can stay for the rest of the.
I gotta watch it online, so.
Thanks again. Moving on to the construction update. Sir, what you have next?
Chief,
Yes, good evening. So this is an update on our construction projects we have going within the district. And so I kind of combined the ones we had back in 2021 with the newer ones, so you kind of get a comparison of what's happening. So first of all, here's kind of the direction that every plan that comes into the district follows. So goes through the county plan process, and it gets to us, and what we review are height distances, locations, the FTC's locations, distances, accessibility, parking restrictions, signage, that type of thing. So most of the heavy work is done, but the county gets to us, and we just kind of fine tune some of that. Some of the construction projects we'll look at here, single family residential, multifamily, senior care, then commercial and schools. It kind of encompasses everything we had. So here's what we had in the past. So these residential developments were all in 20 to 21. A lot of them are completed, some are still on the books. But a total of 612 units, then 22 to 24. These are the ones that are currently either on the books being worked on or coming up. And the one that's still out there is a Three Creeks Village. We know that one over here at Highway 10, 179 is probably one of the largest ones we'll have in our area. Just-
Where's Dickies RV resort?
That's right over there as well, right up 179th Street. So that is be a huge parking lot with a lot of RV spaces there.
Dave, are some of the Three Creeks Village already built?
No,
I mean, there's a couple apartment complexes you see driving down 179th Street.
no,
This
this
is
is
different.
right to the right of the freeway there.
Okay.
So there's nothing in there yet. It's still all the RV parking lot and all that that's there. So the parking units down further down, those are 179th Street apartments. I think there's like 152 units, two sets
Yeah,
of
there's
them.
two big.
Yeah, the 159 units and 159 units, the others, so the east and west ones.
Okay.
Yeah, those are completed. Those are the commercial or the multi-family. So total lots, single family residents in the district, over the last 5 years, 1,600 units. And then the one right down the street, Holt Homes, that's in 151's area, another 654 homes down there. So 2,200 homes being built. Multifamily, so this, we had quite a few apartment buildings, larger ones going in. So total of 776 units in 2021.
Where's Hazel Apartments at?
Sorry. That one.
It goes off 78th Street.
Let's say it's on 63rd. Yeah,
It's
way down there.
Oh, they're putting that many units in there? Wow.
So this one in 2024. So we use 349 units, so not quite as many multifamily. And one of the big developments, the Cougar Creek Apartments, that's just being redeveloped. It's gonna stay an apartment building, but it's being renovated.
That's Vancouver Housing Authority, I think. Vancouver Housing Authority.
Is it, they took it over?
No, they've had it forever.
Oh, okay.
I don't get any money from them.
So total units, multifamily, 1,125 in the district. Senior care, we saw quite a few units last couple of years come in. 370 units, and then currently, we only have 160 units here. So, but that's a total of 530 units in the district, which is quite a bit, and that is a lot of our service.
When you go back to
Yeah, what?
Atlanta Park, they're just breaking ground on that right now.
Yeah, that's just to the.
That's 100 units.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna have some sort of a clinic on the bottom floor,
That I'm not aware of.
medical clinic or something they talked about.
It could be, I would imagine.
And we'll be going there once in a while.
Yes.
It was up at Station 2 to do, right?
Well, that was an interesting development too, because of the access. They wanted to maximize the usage on that lot,
Yeah.
and it really didn't provide us for a turnaround in there. So we put in an emergency egress point at the far end, that actually comes into the cul-de-sac of the park.
Oh, I guess what's
So
the
we
word?
put a yellow lockable gate, with a K2 switch on it, so we can get out. So units, we have multiple units in there, all have to back out, they go block straight. That's one of the things that we like at the end is the accessibility. So total 530 units there. So when you put those all together, and you look at what the average, person per unit in the residential population and the senior care population, 2.5 persons per unit, residential, 1.5 per unit in senior. You're looking at a total of possibly 9,400, new residents, which is based on our estimated population back in 2020 of 70,000, it's about 13% increase in population, which is
About
quite a
80,
bit.
plus 80.
And then commercial, so, and these are the older ones that have been on there, and a lot of these are built, some are not, Three Creeks to the school. We're sure what the size of that was gonna be, we're looking at a little over 300,000 square feet there. And then on the newer ones here. Some good sized warehouses. There.
30 cents.
So here's the go through the second phase going in back behind there. So you're looking at 522,000 square feet roughly with the Three Creeks Village, again, larger development. Still to come, that's one of the largest
Is
pieces.
the Hazeldale True, is that?
That's the Hilton Hotel.
And apartments? Is it all hotel or is it part of apartments?
I don't know.
Originally part of-
Apartment. All I got was the plan on multifamily, I'm sorry.
Hotel.
It just came in
Originally,
as a hotel.
originally the apartments, I think were gonna be just north of the hotel.
This is,
Before COVID.
yeah, this just. north of-
68 in the strip, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so this is just north of the existing building, back on the backside of the lot there. Really, quite a bit of square footage here, in this one, so combined, for the last 4 years, we're gonna, without adding some of those in, you're at least 900,000 square feet of commercial work coming in. And that is it.
Wow.
So quite a lot going on, we have a lot of land still to go.
Thank you.
Yes.
Is this the time we ask for more firefighters? or-
I think you did.
Yeah. Thank you for the update. Yes, you're welcome. Moving on to the pay application number 16.
That's from McKinsey for 2/12/9/31/81. And it was approved by the architect, so I'd make a motion that we approve payment 016 for the amount of $212,931.81.
Second.
All right, moved and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. Thank you. Staff employment contracts. So with that, the board will be moving into executive session this afternoon. That will be in accordance with RCW 42.30.110 parentheses G. To evaluate the qualifications of an applicant for public employment or to review the performance of a public employee. That should last, we'll start with 30 minutes. We'll reconvene at 4:55. Board met in executive session and took no action.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve the staff contracts as amended.
You have a second?
Second.
All right, motion's been made and seconded to approve the staff contract as amended. All those in favor?
Bye.
Support staff.
Support staff.
Support staff.
Support staff, thank you. Friendly amendment.
Thank you.
Aye.
Bye.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. All right, round table good to be ordered.
Good.
Senator Fossey, moving forward, all well?
Yes, and we've got some of our personnel, they're gonna show up Thursday night, throw a box together. We've got a couple of board members are gonna be on Thursday night working, and then Friday. Pick up the toys and. Whatever the fire district's gonna do. And we are, at this last moment, we do have a truck. But you have to have a CDL to drive it, and that's Andre or Brad, so I don't know if
Talk with Andre, it sounds like he's coming.
he'll be able to do that for us. He did last year.
All right.
Didn't Andre do it? You were there last year, guys, yeah. It's just so much easier to just load the food, the toys and all the bikes. And then I have to wait for him to bring the truck back, but you already loaded fairly quick last year, so. Good. And delivery day is Saturday this year, not Sunday.
Oh, good. Maybe more people might be calling. I just had one thing too to add, just a little bit early notification on January 11th. From 2 to 4 p.m. we're having a promotional ceremony for several of our members, some engineers, captains and battalion chiefs. It'll be at the Skyview High School auditorium, so should be a good event.
That was nice there last time.
Sorry, what was that?
No,
January 11th, from 2 to 4. At Skyview High Auditorium.
Thank you. All right, thank you. Get that on the calendar for January 11th. With that, we need to authorize payment of current bills, pre-authorization transmittal, authorize monthly commissioner comments.
so moved.
Second.
Move to second, and all those in favor?
All right.
Aye.